Good morning, all.
Good morning, sir.
In the last lecture, we have seen.
Good morning.
Good morning. Okay, unmute yourself so that the disturbances may be minimized. Okay, so in the last lecture, we have seen this construction of MOSFET, right? Construction of MOSFET, how it was that we have seen. I have shared two videos to you. So that videos will definitely helpful for you, maybe for your syllabus as well as for your knowledge of MOSFETs, because MOSFETs are the most important devices in electronics, as you already seen in the video, second video what I have sent you. So in which everything is explained in details. So not necessary to repeat the videos once. Okay. So I think everyone have seen the video. Okay. So that videos uh, help you to understand the working of a MOSFET, even construction and working both. So already we have explained this in the last lecture. So we'll move towards the next topic. But before that, see again in a small time, I'll complete this construction of MOSFET, that is only enhancement type MOSFET. This MOSFET is normally used as a switch in our electronics. So enhancement MOSFET is also called as a normally off MOSFET. The symbols are given here. The channel is discontinuous, right? So if you see the construction, this is N channel MOSFET, N and P is sandwich. These both N are heavily doped and this sandwich P is lightly doped, right? There is a no continuous path between this channel. It's an N channel MOSFET, but channel is break by this lightly doped P type substrate, right? So because of that, current cannot flow from drain to source, right? If we connect this into the power supply drain with a battery and source, and if the gate is open, then the channel is discontinuous and a very small negligible amount of current due to minority charge carriers may be flow, but it is in something picoampere or in nanoampere. So we can see that it's a normally zero. But when we apply positive voltage at the gate of N channel MOSFET and negative voltage at the gate of P channel MOSFET, what happens? Whatever the minority charge carriers in a P type, that is the electrons, get attracted towards the gate, that is a metal gate, okay? But there is a SiO2 layer, so gate, SiO2 layer and P type forms a capacitor. So what happens if you apply positive voltage, positive charge develop at the gate, so that the electrons in a P type substrate, that is a minority charge carriers, get attracted towards the gate, right? And that forms a channel and then your current start to flow. If the number of electrons which are maybe at the close to the metal gate, if it is in less, or we can say the voltage applied to the gate is less than a threshold voltage, then current through this particular channel is still zero. But if you apply gate voltage more than threshold voltage, then the inversion layer is created and then current start to flow from drain to source, right? So that is the working, and that already we have seen with the help of a beautiful video. Two videos I send you, so both videos are helpful to you. Now power MOSFET, actually your syllabus is a power MOSFET. So what is the difference between these two, that first we will see, and then the working of power MOSFET and working of MOSFET, that is a simple or low power MOSFET, is the same. Okay. So see the construction, very small difference in a construction. So in small or low power MOSFET, if you see there are only a three layer N, P and N, right? But in a power MOSFET, the additional layer called as a N minus epitaxial layer or a drift region. Drift region is added. So this drift region will decide the voltage handling capacity of this MOSFET, right? What happens basically, this N minus epitaxial layer, which is very lightly doped. So what happens if N minus epitaxial layer is a lightly doped, the resistance of this particular region is a very high. If the resistance is very high, then definitely the voltage handling capacity of this particular device increases. So the width of this N minus epitaxial layer decide the voltage handling capacity of this MOSFET, right? This MOSFET is also called as a V MOSFET, vertical MOSFET. Why? Because this is a power MOSFET. So power MOSFETs are normally vertical MOSFETs, or you can say the construction of a MOSFET is in such a way that the vertical length of MOSFET is large, which will decide the current handling capacity of a MOSFET. So that these MOSFETs are normally vertical MOSFETs. So vertical MOSFETs, I don't have any example to show you, but in the next lecture, I'll show you the simple MOSFET photo and vertical MOSFET photo. Okay. So vertical MOSFET or maybe a V MOSFET, normally all power MOSFETs are vertical MOSFETs. So why it is vertical? Because whatever the vertical length of a MOSFET, that decides the current handling capacity of a MOSFET, and the width of this drift region called as N minus epitaxial layer This will decide the voltage handling capacity of a MOSFET. Okay, if you see the construction of this particular MOSFET and this one, what the difference is given here. See, N channel, this N channel, additional P substrate or P is added here. If you see this P1, this P which is added here, so N, P, N, and this one minus. Okay, so as like a previous one, N, P, and N, it is also N, P, and N. Only this minus epitaxial layer is added, which increases the voltage handling capacity of a MOSFET. And the voltage handling capacity is depends upon the width of this N minus epitaxial layer, right? So the width increases, the voltage handling capacity increases. The width decreases, the voltage handling capacity of power MOSFET decreases, right? And current handling capacity is depends upon the length of a MOSFET in vertical direction. As your length of MOSFET is larger in vertical, the current handling capacity is larger. Okay, so a small difference, that is a N minus epitaxial layer is added. Remaining thing is same as like a previous MOSFET, or you can say simple MOSFET, N, P, and N. Here N, P, and N. Only this N minus epitaxial layer is added. Okay, now power MOSFET. See the statement what I have told you. Power MOSFET is a type of MOSFET which is very similar to the general MOSFET or a low power MOSFET. The power MOSFETs are very special to handle high level of power. So it shows high switching speed, and by comparing with the normal MOSFET, the power MOSFET will work better. The power MOSFET is widely used in N channel enhancement, P channel enhancement mode, and in the nature of N channel depletion and P channel depletion mode. See the construction. The construction of power MOSFET is in V configuration. As we can see the following figures, already figures shown here. So why the V structure that is given? So that is shown here. See, this is a somewhat detailed diagram which shows the working of power MOSFET. If you see, this is a N substrate, this is a P, right? And this N. If you see from both sides, from both side of in this particular P, N and N is sandwich, right? So this N is heavily doped, this N plus is heavily doped, this P is lightly doped, and N minus is very lightly doped, right? If you see the connections, this is your source, these two connections, and drain from the substrate. The gate is connected here with SiO2 layer. If you see, the gate is P positive, source is connected to the negative terminal of battery, and drain connected to the positive terminal of battery, right? So when we increase the voltage, if the gate voltage is zero, and if we increase this VDD, what happens? The current, basically the electrons get added in the N plus layer, okay? Or maybe I can say current increases like this. This is actually a current direction, but actually electrons get added in the source, this one and this N plus, this one and this one, which will decrease the depletion layer at this N plus P, right? Depletion layer. Whenever we connect P and N, there will be a depletion layer. So depletion layer between this N plus and P, this N plus and P decreases, and as the current start to increase, depletion layer N minus, then P, then N plus to the source terminal and back to the battery. I'll just show you the working already we have discussed, but still I have one video to show you. So if you don't see the video or any problem in the video, please tell me. I'll start this video for you. This is a
पावर मोसफेट
construction of
जिसे
power
कि
MOSFET.
डीमोस भी कहते हैं, यानी कि डिफ्यूज मेटल ऑक्साइड सेमीकंडक्टर के पावर मोसफेट, पावर मेटल ऑक्साइड सेमीकंडक्टर फील्ड इफेक्ट ट्रांजिस्टर। इसमें इसकी कंस्ट्रक्शन देखते हैं पहले इसमें एन पॉजिटिव लेयर होती है जो कि सबस्ट्रेट की तरह एक्ट करती है और इसके ऊपर हाई रेजिस्टिव एन नेगेटिव लेयर डिपॉजिट की जाती है। ये एक एपिटेक्शियल लेयर होती है, एपिटेक्शियल ग्रो होती है। जो थिकनेस होती है इस एन नेगेटिव ये जो एन नेगेटिव लेयर होती है ये डिटरमाइन करती है वोल्टेज ब्लॉकिंग कैपेसिटी, यानी जो डिवाइस होता है हमारी उसकी वोल्टेज ब्लॉकिंग कैपेसिटी शो करती है। इसमें क्या होता है कि पी लेयर को डिफ्यूज किया जाता है। लोअर साइड पे एन पॉजिटिव जो सबस्ट्रेट होती है इसके लोअर साइड पे एक मेटल कनेक्टेड होता है, मेटल की लेयर होती है जो कि ड्रेन के साथ कनेक्टेड होती है और जो एन नेगेटिव लेयर होती है इसमें पी रीजन को डिफ्यूज किया जाता है और इस पी रीजन में अगेन एन पॉजिटिव लेयर को जो कि सबस्ट्रेट होती है उसको अगेन डिफ्यूज किया जाता है। इन सब के ऊपर एक लेयर होती है जो सिलिकॉन डाइऑक्साइड की होती है, ये एज अ इंसुलेटर वर्क करती है। लेकिन इनमें कॉम्बिनेशंस के लिए इसमें मेटल्स के ब्लॉक्स अप्लाई किए जाते हैं। ये जो मेटल होते हैं ये जो मेटल की जो प्लेट्स हैं ये अप्लाई की जाती हैं, ये इसलिए अप्लाई की जाती हैं ताकि जो ये एन रीजन और पी रीजन है इनमें कॉम्बिनेशन बना सके, अपने सर्किट में करंट फ्लो का कॉम्बिनेशन बनवा सके। ये कंडक्ट करवाती हैं सर्किट को। और सिलिकॉन डाइऑक्साइड जो कि एक इंसुलेटर लेयर होती है ये इंसुलेशन प्रोवाइड करती है सर्किट में। और ये जो हमारी मेटल लेयर है ये सोर्स के साथ कनेक्टेड होती है, यानी एन पॉजिटिव सबस्ट्रेट्स और पी रीजन के साथ कनेक्टेड होती है। ये सोर्स होता है और इस साइड भी हमारा एक सोर्स कनेक्टेड होता है और बीच में गेट कनेक्टेड होता है। और लोअर प्लेट पे जो लोअर मेटल की प्लेट थी एन पॉजिटिव सबस्ट्रेट में जिसके साथ ड्रेन टर्मिनल कनेक्टेड है। गेट पे हम जो सप्लाई प्रोवाइड करते हैं वो होती है VGS यानी गेट सोर्स वोल्टेज। गेट वोल्टेज सोर्स के कंपैरिजन में पॉजिटिव होती है और इसमें एक और सप्लाई प्रोवाइड की जाती है जो कि ड्रेन पे होती है। यहाँ पे ड्रेन पे सप्लाई प्रोवाइड की जाती है जिसे VDD से डिनोट करते हैं। ड्रेन को भी पॉजिटिव रखा जाता है। अगर हम इसकी वर्किंग देखिए तो इसकी कंस्ट्रक्शन इसकी वर्किंग के अकॉर्डिंग सबसे पहले जब हम ड्रेन पे वोल्टेज सप्लाई प्रोवाइड करते हैं, यहाँ से देखिए यहाँ से वोल्टेज सप्लाई प्रोवाइड हो रही है, ड्रेन पे सप्लाई प्रोवाइड कर रहे हैं, लेकिन गेट पे इस टाइम पे कोई सप्लाई नहीं है, जीरो वोल्टेज प्रोवाइड हो रही है, कोई वोल्टेज नहीं है और ड्रेन पे सप्लाई प्रोवाइड हो रही है। इस कंडीशन में क्या होगा, ये जो P और N रीजन है क्योंकि गेट तो जीरो है तो P और N रीजन ये रिवर्स बायस रहेंगे, यानी इस टाइम पे सर्किट में कोई भी कंडक्शन नहीं होगी। अगर हम गेट से जीरो वोल्टेज प्रोवाइड कर रहे हैं और गेट से रेगुलर वोल्टेज प्रोवाइड कर रहे हैं, ये जो बीच में स्पेस होता है इसको ड्रिफ्ट स्पेस बोलते हैं। और नेक्स्ट कंडीशन क्या अप्लाई करते हैं, अभी तो हमने ड्रेन से वोल्टेज प्रोवाइड की थी, अब हम गेट वोल्टेज प्रोवाइड करते हैं। अगर हम गेट वोल्टेज को रेगुलर इंक्रीज करते हैं, गेट को पॉजिटिव रखते हैं एज कंपेयर टू सोर्स को नेगेटिव वोल्टेज प्रोवाइड करते हैं, गेट को पॉजिटिव टर्मिनल से कनेक्टेड करते हैं, तो क्या होगा, ये जो P और N पॉजिटिव रीजन है ये क्या होगा, फॉरवर्ड बायस होना स्टार्ट हो जाएगा, कंडक्ट करना स्टार्ट हो जाएगा और जो हमारा करंट है वो ड्रेन से सोर्स की तरफ फ्लो होना स्टार्ट होगा। यानी ये हमारा ड्रेन है और ये हमारे सोर्स है, जो हमारा करंट है वो ड्रेन से सोर्स की तरफ फ्लो होगा। जब ये फॉरवर्ड बायस होंगे तो इनमें क्या होगा, एक लेयर ग्रो होगी। ये लेयर हमारे चार्ज पार्टिकल्स की होगी, यानी इलेक्ट्रॉन्स की होगी, जो कि करंट फ्लो होगा और यहाँ से हमारा करंट फ्लो होना स्टार्ट होगा जो कि ड्रेन से स्टार्ट होगा। ड्रेन पे भी हम वोल्टेज सप्लाई कर रहे हैं और गेट पे भी वोल्टेज सप्लाई कर रहे हैं, गेट पे पॉजिटिव है ड्रेन पे भी पॉजिटिव है एज कंपेयर टू सोर्स। तो करंट जो होगा ड्रेन से फ्लो करना स्टार्ट करेगा और ड्रेन से फ्लो करता हुआ वो क्या होगा, सोर्स की तरफ मूव कर जाएगा, जिससे ये जो हमारा पी और एन रीजन है ये फॉरवर्ड बायस होगा। जैसे जैसे हम गेट सोर्स वोल्टेज को इंक्रीज करते हैं वैसे वैसे हमारा करंट भी इंक्रीज करता है। अब हम देखते हैं, ये तो हमने इसकी वर्किंग की थी, लेकिन अब हम इसका कुछ एक और पार्ट देखेंगे जो कि पैरासाइटिक डायोड और पैरासाइटिक बीजेटी होगा। जो कि ये जो हमारा सर्किट है इसको हम एज ए बीजेटी भी परफॉर्म करवा सकते हैं, एज ए डायोड भी परफॉर्म करवा सकते हैं। वो इस तरह से होता है कि जब एनपीएन बीजेटी, ये हमारा एनपीएन बीजेटी है, इसको सोर्स और ड्रेन के
Just a minute. Okay. So ये जो hello, am I audible? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So the construction of this power MOSFET, what we have discussed earlier, the same video will explain you how the construction of power MOSFET and how it works, right? So this construction N plus P and N plus, right? So already we have discussed, maybe seen video. So it clears your doubts or your ideas about the working of power MOSFET. See the difference between power MOSFET and low power, or you can say simple MOSFET, is only one difference, that is N minus epitaxial layer added, called as a drift region, or N minus epitaxial group, right? So that region is added here, and because of that region the voltage, this is basically high resistive layer, right? So voltage handling capacity increases because of this drift region, and the voltage capacity will decide the length of this drift region or width of this drift region. Okay, so current flows through this, then actually what happens, these electrons whatever shown here, or maybe a channel, or maybe called as a inversion layer, which creates due to the gate voltage. If gate voltage is zero, then no inversion layer and no current flow through this particular P to N plus, right? So gate voltage is required. Without gate voltage no inversion. Even the gate voltage should be greater than VT, that is called threshold voltage. Threshold voltage kya hai? It is a minimum voltage which required to create inversion layer. Inversion, it means simply a bridge, right? So what happens? This N plus layer is having electrons, N minus is also having electron. So current flow through N minus, sorry, N plus, N minus, and then this one. So this P region, whenever inversion layer is created here, only that time your current flow through this inversion layer N plus to the source back to the negative of battery. This particular inversion layer is creates if you are applying positive voltage to the gate of MOSFET for N channel. For P channel MOSFET, it should be a negative, right? Exactly what happens here, SiO2 layer is given, right? When you apply positive voltage, what happens? The positive charge develop across this particular plate, right? So whatever the electrons which are available in this P region, both P electrons, see P region, it means majority as a whole, but there are minority electrons, right? So these minority electrons try to reach this particular positive or get attracted towards the positive plate, right? But because of this SiO2 they cannot cross the region, right? So they are collecting here, similarly collecting here, and these electrons basically creates inversion layer, also called as a bridge. We can simply call it as a bridge because this N having electrons, this N also having electrons, but this P is having holes. But because of this gate voltage, all the electrons, minority charge carriers, get attracted towards the metal plate, and all electrons uh, gathered here, so that the electrons at this particular place increases, and that increase in electrons near the metal plate is called as the inversion layer, right? So what happens, these electrons travels through this N plus, this N minus, then with the help of these electrons they get traveled into the N plus, then source and back to the supply, right? So this is a working of power MOSFET. So power MOSFET, and that is basically a uh, N channel power MOSFET. Okay. So this is a work about the working of power MOSFET. Now we have to see the basically characteristics of MOSFETs, right? So that is again a part of your syllabus. So this characteristics shown here. I have directly shown these characteristics, but how these plots, I have one again video to show you how these characteristics are plotted. But before that, I'll just explain you what is the drain curve or drain characteristics and what is the transfer characteristics, right? So drain characteristics, basically, this is VDS versus ID, right? When VGS is constant. VDS versus ID when VGS is constant. And this one, VGS versus ID when VDS is constant, right? So this particular graph, which is very similar to the output characteristics of transistor in C configuration, right? So if suppose we consider that if VGS equal to 0, if VGS equal to 0 in this particular figure, if you see VGS equal to 0, right? So if gate voltage is 0, no inversion layer. If no inversion layer, no drain current, right? So that is given here, VGS turn off, VGST. When VGS equal to 0, that time no drain current, right? As you increase the drain voltage, if you are increasing the drain voltage, this VDD, if you are increasing, but if gate voltage is 0, then no inversion layer creates. If inversion layer is not there, then no drain current. Drain current will 0. If this inversion layer is absent, and this inversion layer is creates only and only when you apply VGS or VG. When you apply this battery voltage, only after that this inversion layer creates. Otherwise, no inversion layer. If no inversion layer, no drain current. Okay. So this is first one, that is VGS equal to 0. If I increase VGS equal to 1 volt, right? VGS equal to 1 volt, slightly VGS is increased. Because of this increased voltage, few number of electrons gather here and here. Because of that, a small inversion layer, the width of that inversion layer is definitely small, but small inversion layer creates. And because of that, a very small drain current flow through the MOSFET. So that is shown here, a small current, maybe a few milliampere or maybe still microampere. If I increase VGS equal to plus 2 volt, right? If VGS is increased, more number of electrons attracted towards the metal plate. Basically, these electrons are the minority charge carriers which are present in this P region, right? So that electrons get added. See, if the voltage applied at this gate is higher, then what happens? The more number of electrons get attracted towards the metal plate, so that more number of electrons gather here and here. So definitely the current through the MOSFET also increases, right? So this will shows plus 1 volt, current increases, plus 2 volt, again current increases. If I increase the VGS 3 volt, current increases. If I increase the VGS 4 volt, current increases, right? So see what happens here exactly. If you see, current increases, right? And then it become a constant, right? So this region where current is continuously increases is called as ohmic region, right? Then this region where current increases, but the rate of change of current is a slow, this region is called as a square root law region. This region is called as a square root law region, right? And after this current becomes constant. This is called as a saturation region. If you see the transistor, this region is called as active region, right? And this region is called as a saturation region. This region is called as a cutoff region. So again, here is also same. This is called cutoff region, but this is called ohmic region. The part behind this one, this region is called as a cutoff region, sorry, ohmic region. This small region where current increases, but rate of change of increase in current is very slow. This is called as a square root law region, and then current is becoming constant, right? So why it happens, I will show you in a next video. Then this is basically a drain characteristics. Okay, now the another transfer characteristics. So VGS versus ID. Okay, VGS versus ID. So in which if you see the VGS increases but the current ID equal to 0, right? This happens due to the applied VGS is less than VT. Applied VGS is less than VT. Okay, so if VGS is less than VT, the current is still 0. As already we have discussed in this particular construction, if the VGS is less than VT, the electrons gathered here is in a small amount, so current is very small, or you can say negligible, right? So that is shown here. The current is very small or negligible, but as soon as you increase the voltage more than VT, this VGST is called as a threshold voltage, sorry, turn off voltage. And this voltage, whenever we increase the voltage more than this one, your current increases linear, right? It current increases like this. So what happens if the gate voltage is more than VT, more number of electrons gather here and here, and because of that the current increases rapidly. So as the inversion layer, once the bridge is formed, a more number of electrons can travel from drain to source because the bridge width is larger. If the bridge width is smaller, less number of electrons can travel from drain to source. As you know that if the bridge is smaller, a very few people can travel from that particular bridge. But if it is a 4-lane or 6-lane bridge, then more number of peoples or maybe vehicles can travel from that particular bridge. Similarly, here the number of electrons which are gathered here, if it is in large amount, and it happens due to increase the gate voltage, so that the width of this inversion layer is large, so more number of electrons travel through this bridge, so the current is also more, and that is shown here, right? So till VT the current is 0, but after VT your current increases rapidly, right? So this is called as your transfer curve. I have a video for this transfer and drain characteristics that I will share with you, because the time is very less, already 34 minutes over, only 6 minutes are remaining. So this video I will directly share with you. Okay. Then switching characteristics, most important part of any power devices is a switching characteristics. Okay. So this switching characteristics of MOSFET, to understand the turn on and turn off process, we have to see the turn on and turn off equivalent circuits, right? So dear student, before to explain the switching characteristics, again I will go back to the construction of power MOSFET, right? See this N plus, I think you are definitely able to see the mouse which I use, right? So this particular N plus layer and this P, right? Whenever N and P is there, there will be a depletion layer, right? And I have sent you yesterday one video in last lecture. So in that video, depletion layer is clearly explained how that depletion layer is formed, right? Here it is very difficult, but if you see the video, second video what I have sent you, one video directly shown in this lecture, but one second video I directly share with you. If you see that video, how depletion layer is formed, that is explained very well. That video is the best video. So if you refer that video, you can understand what is depletion layer, right? So N plus and this P having one depletion layer. Similarly, this N plus and this P having one depletion layer. Similarly, here this N plus and P and this N plus and P having a depletion layer. See, dear student, depletion layer means what exactly? See, N plus is a one plate, P is a one plate, and depletion layer where free charge carriers are upside, called as a insulating material. So this forms a capacitance. This N plus and P form a capacitance. This N plus and P forms a capacitance. Similarly, this N and P forms a capacitance, and this N and P forms a capacitance. Right? So, okay. So these capacitance basically affect the working of MOSFET. Basically, the capacitance require time to charge, right? So whatever capacitance is charge and discharging, that will affect the switching characteristics of a MOSFET, and that is shown here in first figure. If you see this figure, in this particular figure, this CGD, CGS, right? And one more capacitance, that is CDS, that is not shown in this particular diagram, but these capacitances will affect the switching characteristics of MOSFET. Okay, this capacitance CGD is a capacitance between drain and gate, another capacitance between gate and source. So if you see this particular figure, gate and source. Okay, so capacitance between gate and source, and second one is a capacitance between drain and gate, right? I'll show you this one. CGD, the capacitance between drain and gate, and capacitance between gate and source. So whenever you apply the gate voltage, this capacitor requires some time to charge. What is the meaning of this? Actually, the depletion. Hello. 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 Am I audible? Hello.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Because of poor connection, it happens that the meeting is interrupted. So, dear student, I'll explain this one again in the next lecture with some additional requirements. But from next lecture, we'll try to conduct lecture on a team. So we don't have any time limit for lecture. We can conduct lecture for at least 1 hour. This is a 40-minute lecture, 5 to 6 minutes required to join all the students every time. So very difficult. So everyone, if any, install Microsoft Team, log in once and change your password. And from next lecture, we'll try to conduct lecture on Team. Before that, I'll arrange a demo lecture or a demo on Microsoft Team, maybe today or tomorrow. And then afterwards, we will conduct the meetings on Microsoft Team. Okay. So thank you all. Be safe and stay at your home. Thank you.